What's up, everyone? Bobby G, and I'm back for the next episode of me going through Contraption Maker. And if you've been following along thus far, we're getting well into the medium puzzles, and we're about half a page in. They're getting a little more difficult now, but we may as well keep pressing on. So let's try up Feed Waldo. Everyone in the factory is too busy to feed Waldo. That's a shame. Give him some food. You got it. I certainly do not want our buddy to go starving. That is, of course, the last thing that we're looking to have happen. So let's see. The only moving part is, of course, the initial bowling ball to the right. Eventually, that will cause, this trampoline will cause this to bounce up and hit the scissors, which will make the blimp go over here. Bowling ball will fall through here. Let's see, I'm guessing this needs to then trigger this bowling ball, which will go into the bucket. Excuse me. Well, perhaps it doesn't need to go into the bucket. Maybe it needs to break the bucket, which will cause this teeter-totter to, of course, pull the branch, and the soccer ball will fall. And I think that's actually it. So did we really just get that all in one kind of thought process? Let's see. Maybe some adjustments will need to be made. There's always a little room for fine-tuning when it comes to this sort of thing. And as you can see, here's one of those instances. Probably just needing the rope on the other side will be what we were missing. And that is indeed the case. And our buddy gets to finally have dinner. Well, that one wasn't so bad at all. Let's just keep going. Tim's ship just ran into a huge iceberg. Help him blow up the explosives he rigged up. Okay, well here's our explosives all the way on the right-hand side. As we always like to do, let's hit play and see what the moving part is. That's usually the best indicator for what we need to do. And I don't think it's any different here. So obviously a candle falls, but I think it's too far down to actually heat up that teapot. Let's see. I think we need to put a bit of a base underneath it here. Will that help? It will. Okay. I'm wondering if we need to eventually get both of these teapots, just by the nature of, I don't know, it's sitting there, so maybe we need to do something with it. So I'm just going to kind of connect the dots here. I'm not 100% sure what the story is here so far. Let's just see how far we've gotten. That'll heat up this secondary teapot as well then. But I'm not necessarily sure if that matters. What does that matter, right? Did that hamster wheel... I'm going to speed it up just a tad. Did that hamster wheel ever get going? No. That hamster wheel most definitely did not get going. I'm wondering if we can get the soccer ball to travel to the left instead of the right. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to. It just might take a bit of fine-tuning. Let's try to put that back. A little bit of fine-tuning here. Let's try one of these big cogs. And I'm of the impression that this soccer ball is going to need to kind of hit this hamster wheel. And then maybe turn around at some point. Maybe maybe go to the left at first, activate this hamster cage, and a couple moments later go to the right and hit this. I think we're onto something here. Let's just see. Well, not quite. We still need the candle to move. So let's see. Let's slow it down. Wait, hold on. So, kettle's gonna go. The soccer ball's gonna move to the left. The candle will move to the right. And... almost, folks. Almost. I think the only thing that we need to change is the direction of the second pinwheel and what that means for this conveyor belt, if that makes any sense. Because we need the soccer ball to come back and trigger this big fist, which will send this poor little guy, the soccer ball. We didn't give it enough time. We'll send this soccer ball probably flying into the air. Let's just see here. Let's just see. Yes! And that's exactly what happened. Well, not too bad. Break the ice, that was called. I didn't see any ice break, but I guess that's beyond the point. Bright idea. I see bright idea, and all of these cannonballs, and so far it's living up to the name. Tim is sitting on his thinking cloud trying to get inspired. Turn on the light to give him a bright idea. Alright. Well, I wish I had a thinking cloud, let's just say that straight away. But I don't. At least I don't think I do. So, let's see here. The one moving part, of course, is this bowling ball. But, so what? So what, ladies and gentlemen, is my first question. Okay. Oh. Alright, well, I'm not sure what all sense this makes. If you notice, there's at least 1, 2, maybe 3 cannonballs in this bucket, so we're going to need at least that many in this bucket in order to raise it up and hit this scissors, which will pretty much finish off the puzzle, because I think it'll knock this bucket off, which will turn the light on here once it pulls the cord. But I think we need to work on our conveyor belt generation here. But how do we do that exactly? Well, I think we're gonna need maybe something like this. Maybe one of the cannonballs will fall, turn the switch, which will turn the motor and give this conveyor belt, a little bit of momentum. Let's see if anything like that is the case, and so far so good. Certainly have all the balls going up, 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 and hit the scissors, and here goes the blimp. But I think we're going to need at least one more thing here. Yep, we're going to need a giant fist to basically slam that bucket right off the cliff here, or right off the platform anyway. And I think that might be all we need, and here's a couple extra parts that are left over, and there we go. Alright. Well, these medium puzzles are going okay so far. I don't want to jinx myself, but on to the next one. Tim is doing some work on his shed. Please, wait, that's not even in there, that word. Help him blow up the foundation so he can get to work. See that, folks? I'm so polite that I even interject courteous words that don't even exist. Okay. Well, let's see what's moving part. It's looking like just the baseball, and with all that I actually forgot what the point is. basically help him blow up all of these vials of some kind of explosive concoction. Okay. Well, first things first. We're certainly going to need to... I think this fan is probably going to have to blow both of these balls over to the right-hand side. Well, let's see if that even is the case. Yep, certainly is. And if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would say this hamster cage is going to have to power this conveyor belt. That's probably going to have to let the basketball come over to the left and hit this scissors, which will make the bucket hit this teeter-totter, which will, well, I'm guessing we need to pull the branch out, let the bowling ball come down, hit the pool cue, I believe this is called. And that should probably do the trick here. It's going to go boom, 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 boom 5 times. We have 3 pieces left over. Well, let's see how good we are for a first kind of think through. And, well, we're not that good, are we, folks? Because not only does this hamster wheel make that go in the wrong direction, it doesn't go long enough. Maybe we need it to get a bit of a boost. This conveyor belt, I feel, needs a bit of a boost to go a little faster. No, that didn't really help much, did it? Alright. Well, it's quite clear that this is going to be a little more difficult than first met my eye, anyway. Let's see here. Might need to chain together a couple generators. And if we do something like this, at this point we've used up all of the pieces, which is always a good thing. But that's still not quite timed out the right way. Still not quite timed out the right way. So what does that mean? Maybe we need... I don't know what we need actually here. I don't know what we need here, folks. Let's see. That's obviously not going to do anything. And, well, there's a couple, only 2 things really that can get plugged in. Only about 2 things that can even get plugged in. Well, I'm confused, folks. I will say that. I will certainly say that. Maybe, I wonder if the position of the fan has anything to do with it. See, one will go much kind of quicker than the other based on the angle, maybe? No, not really. Well, yeah, really. I mean, if you put this right next to it, it's going to go flying. But the only trouble is then this basketball doesn't really get moving in any sense of the word. Doesn't get moving in any sense of the word, ladies and gentlemen. But I think we're going to need to reset the puzzle here. Let's think about this a little more closely. I would say that's a necessity. This thing this conveyor belt is certainly going to need to move at some point. However, right now it's moving in the wrong direction. So it's not only moving in the wrong direction, it's moving at the wrong time as well. So that's 2 big strikes against it, to be honest. Wrong direction, and at the wrong time. So, let's see, will this do any... will this help? Oh, almost. I'm getting somewhere. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Definitely getting somewhere. Let's see. But I wish... see, we still need to angle it just right. So close. Alright, let's set up the rest of this. Because I think it's just a matter of this fan's position. Which is kind of silly. But I think the case nonetheless. Just needed enough momentum. Well, almost. We almost had it. Turns out this pulley, I guess, is not useless after all. Wasn't sure if we would need it. And there we go. Alright, we finally got it. Alright, well that one was a little more difficult. They kind of go up and down. You're never sure what you're going to get. Your blimp is ready to leave the hangar and explore the skies. Clear a path for the blimp and fly it off to the right side of the screen. Okay. Well, it looks as if it's going to go in a straight line from left to right, and there's a couple things, obvious things in the way. First one is, of course, this wooden plank, but I'm thinking all we need is to somehow cut this rope. That might take care of a few of them right off the bat. But gee, this one's pretty... this one's pretty complicated. Alright, well the only moving part, as we always say... wait a second. Guess I can't, hold on here. Need to somehow hook up this jack-in-the-box. But that's not helping anything, is it? Okay. We have a hamster wheel. We have a baseball. We have a couple gears. A couple extra balloons. I am not sure what this balloon is going to do for us quite yet. In fact, I am quite perplexed. I'm going to reset the puzzle immediately and see if I could figure anything out. Am I able to figure anything out? The age-old question. This one is seemingly a little difficult, I'll admit here. Just a little difficult. Gonna need to figure something out. But I don't think this is it. Necessarily. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go. I feel like we need to hook these together. But why? Hey, wait a second. Alright, well apparently, I wasn't aware of this, but apparently these boards, you can tie a rope to them. So... okay, well we're not out of the woods yet, because this blimp is going to bounce back and forth, basically as many times as we'll allow it to. So we're not out of it yet. We're definitely not out of it yet. So I think that's probably going to have something to do with this Jack-in-the-Box. Let's see. Okay. Well, that will at least take care of that. And what about... our little pulley? Well, that's not going to do much, is it? No, that's not going to do much. Nope, nope, nope. Not at all will that do much. Unless... huh, okay. Well, what's that gonna do for us? I don't know if that's gonna do anything for us. No, I don't know. Well, that's not gonna do anything either. How about something like this? No. Alright. What's the deal here? Obviously this cannonball is going to be the one to fling up into the air here and trigger something. Trigger something. But what, oh what is it going to trigger? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm becoming a little perplexed here. So that's certainly not doing anything. That is certainly not doing anything. Well, that's not doing anything either. Right? It's not doing anything either. Nope. Well, we were on to something before. We certainly were on to something before. And we're at the same place as we were. And if that cannon hits that gear, I mean, that doesn't matter. No one cares. No one cares. Ah, perhaps this needs to be the one to finally hit it. Maybe? Could be? Maybe not. I mean, maybe. But I don't know what this ropes would be for. What? Wait, what happened here? This cannonball, all of a sudden didn't go where I wanted it to. So what's the deal there? But where, right? Has to be some variation of all this. clank was preventing it from going further, so it was this balloon that's probably what we're looking for here. Okay. Finally. Please! Go, balloon! Out of the way! And finally, we've gotten it. Oh, goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it took a little while, but we got it. Escape plan has been successfully implemented, and I think that's where we're going to call it quits. I think I spent about 10 or 15 extra minutes on this last puzzle than I probably needed to, and I think my voice is even a little dry now, so... Well, thanks for coming with me this far. We'll certainly keep plodding our way through these medium puzzles, and we'll be on to hard before I know it. Thanks for joining me. This has been Bobby G. We'll see you next time.